The new Bikamachi finally have their third and final member. Yes, terrible pun, but this is hype and I'm excited to see where the idol group are going to go. Now, episode 9 marks the end of the dating show arc, with Memcho joining Ruby and Kana in their idol group Bikamachi. However, despite the group's delight at adding a third member, this marks the start of a lot of effort, as they must not only be ready to perform, but also to start tackling some inner demons. Now, we've got 3 really interesting characters in the new idol group here, and I'm really excited to not only see how they progress, but also to see how far they are going to go in the industry and what issues they'll have to tackle along the way. So we have the arrival of Memcho. Of course, we've gotten to know her a bit during the Love Now part of the show, but I feel like we're really going to see so much more from her, and I'm really hyped for that. Her character is really cool from what we've seen of her so far. She has this really playful demeanor about herself, a fun yet naughty side to her, if you will. After going over some contract and business details with best girl Miyako, we find out that Memcho has been faking her age by quite a lot. She's been lying about being the age of a high school girl, which is around 18, but in actuality, she is 25 years old. Now, it's completely normal in the entertainment industry that independent talents lie about their age, but Memcho was doing this by 7 years, which was incredible, and you could tell how shocked everyone was. I think the main shock was that she'd actually pulled this off. Now, we do get a little of Memcho's backstory and the reason as to why she has been lying about her age. Memcho tells us that even as a small child, she had a dream of being an idol. However, in order to help support her family, which was that of a single mother and 3 kids, Memcho had to obtain work. Now, her mother was strongly against this, and she encouraged her to pursue her goals, so she applied for auditions and actually made it to the final stage for a major label. However, Memcho passed up the chance when her mother was admitted to hospital for working too much. She pulled out of the final stage audition and dropped out of high school to take on some part-time jobs to help support the family and send her 2 younger brothers to college. Thankfully, her mother improved and she managed to gain enough money to send her younger brothers to college, but by this time, Memcho was 23 years old. And because the idol industry only accepts those who are about 20 years old or younger, she was no longer able to realize her ambition. But because of that, she fell into streaming and YouTube by presenting herself as a high school girl, and success skyrocketed for her. In Memcho's own words, "My subscriber count went up tremendously, and by then, I was in too deep to stop." Miyako said that her subscriber count on YouTube was 370k, and I think I'm gonna start presenting myself as a high school girl if that's the secret. Like, Oshinoko music starts fading in as I present my new self to the online world. Seno. Now, what I really like about Memcho's character here is that she's a girl who's always had this dream but hasn't really ever let go of it. Like, she knew her chances of becoming an idol were next to nothing, but she still pursued something for herself. And through doing that, through taking a chance on herself, the opportunity eventually presented itself. Memcho finally has the chance to realize her childhood dream of becoming an idol, and I'm just such a sucker for these kind of stories, where no matter how big or far away a dream or goal is, if you keep working hard at it, you'll eventually earn that bit of luck needed to get your shot. Memcho is that. So if you needed motivation for your own goals and desires, then use Memcho as the prime example of hard work paying off. Now, what was really great in this episode was seeing more of Ruby. Finally. I feel like we haven't seen an awful lot of her through this season, and for obvious reasons with the dating show arc, and I've got to say, man, I'm excited to see more of her. I think Ruby really is a character that has so much to her ready and waiting for us to unpack as we see more of her and how she'll take on the challenges that lay before her. And I gotta say, we did see a couple of really funny moments with her. Like, it was awesome to see just how well her and Memcho got on from the very beginning. But there was also a moment where she was comforting Kana and she realizes that Aqua has been the one who's scouted both Kana and Memcho, and that she doesn't like noticing what her brother's taste in women is like. It's like she's realizing that Aqua has formed his own little harem in Bikamachi, which is a pretty dark take on it, especially when you consider Ruby's a part of Bikamachi. But we ain't going anywhere near that bonfire. I've seen some very dark memes out there for that cursed ship. We're gonna stay away from that. Anyway, yes, I'm really excited to see more Ruby, though sadly we do only have 2 more episodes left of this season. However, I'm still very excited to see what the new Bikomachi will get up to. Like, the group have a new and final member, they're announced, and their first show lined up, so the hard work truly begins for them now. Performers have to put a lot into their craft. There are countless things that performers must learn, perfect, and complete in order to get ready to step out in front of an audience that is hungry for entertainment and are more than willing to chew up and spit out anyone who does not deliver that. We've got learning dance routines, song lyrics, as well as creating a persona for the group. These are just a few of the things that the girls need to have on point. And even in the best case scenario, even with the best preparation, the pressure is huge. But when your thoughts are diverted by private matters, as they are for Kana, the strain may easily become unbearable, and the likelihood of them snapping under said pressure is incredibly high. And that's it, the episode's main focus is seemingly on Bikomachi's official announcement to the world, the group finally forming and the start of the girls' preparation to perform. However, there's things at play beneath the surface here, things that have been at play for quite some time. Oshinoko uses this occasion to focus on Kana and examine who she is, the mental struggle she's battling with, and of course her feelings for Aqua. The way in which Oshinoko conveys the emotions of Kana to us, even in this episode, never delves too deeply into Kana's struggles. Her hesitation to embrace her talents and her emotional issues are addressed in a powerful yet restrained manner. They are there as plain to see, but they are sprinkled amongst the main theme of whatever is occurring in the episode at the time. It's a gentle reminder that there is something going on with Kana, or to me, a really interesting way of showing us viewers that she's like a ticking time bomb. We get these outbursts of emotion from her, but they never tend to linger too much on the narrative. Well, so far anyway. And I think most people can identify with Kana's emotions, thus exaggerating them will hinder them rather than enhance their effect. This episode explores them more than any other, and I'm sure we're going to see much more of this as we progress through the story, but the way Oshinoko has executed Kana's character thus far has been really good storytelling for me personally. There's a lot to unpack with Kana, and yeah, I'm working on a full video for her, so I'm keeping it brief in this video, but expect that one very soon. Now, one of the highlights of the episodes for me come from Kana's emotions. The girls need to decide on who's going to be Bikomachi's center girl, a role which both Ruby and Memcho really want, and a role that Kana doesn't think that she's good enough for. Ruby thinks Kana should be the group's center, but Kana doesn't think that she has what it takes. She doesn't think that she is that talented enough a singer. So Memcho decides that she and Ruby will have to battle it out at karaoke to determine who is the better singer and who is to be the center idol. Kana of course says that she isn't going since she lacks the star power required to serve as the focal point of the group. However, she is persuaded to join them there later. Now, at karaoke, Memcho and Ruby perform their songs, and they're incredibly shocked to see how awful they both are. While they take a break, they decide to relax to a light-hearted song that Kana did when she was a kid and find out that she had released a lot more songs since then. While listening to one of Kana's songs, Memcho, Ruby, and us viewers are gobsmacked by how amazing her beautiful singing voice is. The song itself was a really great moment, not just in the episode but in the series so far, and I mentioned that we haven't had Kana's emotions fully delivered to us yet, but I feel like this is the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Kana's character. The episode ends with Kana in another karaoke room having beasted a really high score. Now, this seems like Kana is going to be the center girl for the new Bikomachi, and I'm here for that. This is really setting things up, and the episode also doesn't forget Aqua and his conversation with the producer. That has seemingly opened up doors too. Very exciting times lay ahead for Oshinoko fans, and there's only 2 episodes left as well. What are they going to do? They're going to end it on a cliffhanger, aren't they? I can see it. I don't like it. Now guys, while you wait for the next video to drop, why not check out this video where I talk about Aqua and Akane's relationship and how the last episode gave us insight into how Aqua will use Akane for his revenge. But that is it from me. I will see you very soon. Till then, you take care of yourselves. Peace.